All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. And we know with Esau Edom shutting down the meat processing plants, right? As they say, due to the COVID-19 crisis or pandemic, we know that a short famine is coming. All right, now this is just another guy that popped up on my YouTube feed. You know, also I listened to and I'll play a quick clip of his. It's 4 minutes, so I'll let it roll through, and I'll play another quick clip that I listen. Who I also listen to is another good source is a Ice Age farmer. You know, that goes into the different processing plants being shut down and different farmers and articles dealing with everything that's going on with food shortages. Okay, so we'll let you hear it from a person that's a farmer / rancher himself, of telling you of the things or the effects of the COVID-19 and the bridge that Esau basically just set a demolition to, which will cause a shortage to these different supermarkets and local grocery stores and butchers.
Of Bitter Creek, Archer County, North Texas, we have to talk. State officials will be assisting to help identify potential alternative markets if a producer is unable to move animals, and if necessary, advise and assist on depopulation and disposal methods. Ladies and gentlemen, we are plowing under vegetable crops from coast to coast. We are euthanizing millions of chickens. We are aborting sows and burying feeder pigs. We are dumping milk by the hundreds of thousands of gallons, and now they are preparing us to depopulate the fat cattle ready to harvest because of a bottleneck created by the effects of COVID. This thing hasn't been created by COVID, but the effects of COVID and the logistics therein. We are in trouble. Our food supply is in trouble, and I am appealing to producers and consumers across the nation to start calling. Yesterday, the first shipment of imported beef from the country of Namibia hit the shores of the United States of America. And yet this morning, they are telling us to prepare to euthanize harvest-ready cattle. Am I the only one that sees a problem in this? It is time we get the American people back to work. It is time we get money flowing. It is time we get food on the shelves. Because if you're not concerned about this food supply problem, you better be. We have a huge supply and demand of food across this nation. We can feed the world ourselves, and yet we're destroying.
All right, so that's the point on that. You see, that's the point. And basically he's going into a little bit about the shortages that's coming, dealing with the meat supply. So let's also go to the guy I listen to. All right, channels from the Ice Age farmer.
And Costco, all implementing some form. Ladies and gentlemen, the meat shortages have hit home, and they have hit hard, with Wendy's literally removing burgers from the menu of their burger place. They're not the only ones affected. McDonald's is actively retooling their internal distribution networks to try and keep serving meat on their menus. And major grocery retailers, as we've been warning about for weeks, have now implemented the limits on meat purchases if they have meats on the shelves at all. Kroger, H-E-B, Hy-Vee, and Costco all implementing some form of rationing on how much you can take home. Whether it looks like 2 pounds of ground beef and then 2 pounds of any other protein, be it chicken, pork, or beef. Sometimes limits on eggs. Now, this is prompting especially large families to say, look, I got 8 kids. How am I supposed to feed my family of 10 if I only get 2 pounds of ground beef in a dozen eggs a week? That doesn't work. But it's not just the large families that need to be worried, because while Wendy's is saying this is just a temporary thing, don't worry, everything's going to be fine eventually, what I intend to demonstrate for you today is 2 things. One, that it's not, that there are forces at work to permanently codify restrictions that will act as shackles on the food production of this country and of the world, that global food production is being throttled back by design and forever. This is not a temporary supply interruption as we're being led to believe by the media here. And secondly, and more concerningly, that it's not just meat production that is affected, that these restrictions and this throttling back is also applying to all agricultural labor and harvesting and maintaining everything. And so this is going to affect all crops, and this, if we aren't able to stop it, will cause food shortages, which is exactly what they want, because people aren't afraid about the virus anymore. They're getting kind of tired of the quarantine. They're irritated. They're ready to get back to work. And so they need to give new, sharper, more scary teeth to their totalitarian agenda. And that is what the food shortages are supposed to be. I want to make it clear that even though you can't take home meat, if you can find it, China is actively taking it home right now. In fact, they are extracting the protein from this nation at a record speed. From Reuters, as the U.S. is on the brink of its own meat crisis due to the coronavirus pandemic, American pork supplies are being shipped off to China at a breakneck speed, creating the perfect recipe for additional tensions. For some American consumers, the optics of this situation might be poor. Karen, it's not the optics. It's the reality of the fact that we're having food shortages, even as China is tripling 300% year over year what they took out of this country last year. And so if we're not able to feed our own people, then we need to change the way we're doing business here. That's the point.
All right, that's the point. We're not going to touch no more on that. You can go listen to that on your own time. Let's read the scripture. Let's go to the book of Psalms 105, verse 16. Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. He brake the whole staff of bread. Okay, and this is what you're starting to see. You're going to start seeing very shortly food shortages throughout your different cities in America. Okay, as the scriptures also say in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, the 22nd verse, it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. So a lot of these places that you see that has always been fully packed or fully stocked up, right? You're going to see a lot of these places start to be unsown. A lot of these places, you won't see these regular items that you always just walk past the shelves and see it all nice and neatly stacked up and, never look like it diminishes. Well, now you'll start to see it very soon. And very well with the meat too, because I have been in different grocery stores for the past, I'll say, month and a half, almost 2 months. And I noticed that a lot of the different things that usually be on the shelves are no longer on the shelves, right? And if they do even get some, they don't have enough quantity to supply for the demand, because you have also people getting as many as they can. Okay, even some stores started a rationing process as well of putting a limit on these different items. So this is the same thing that's going to happen with the meat very shortly. All right. So it says, 2nd Ezra 6 verse 22. Again, it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. You see? So these places are going to be found empty. You see? So I want to go into this article real quick, all right? And he spoke on it a little bit briefly. So it says urgent stores not this one, Slovakia, but I'll get into this one as well. This one says Wendy's. Wendy's locations taking burgers off menu. You see? So that's how you know it's getting bad if a high what do they call it? A high chain, I believe a high food chain restaurant, I believe that's how you say it, such as Wendy's, they have to take burgers off their menu. That's how you know that the meat market has truly been affected, you know. So it says coronavirus is hurting Wendy's on the fryer because the famous food chain, right? That's what it's called. Famous food chain can't serve their most basic product, forcing people to ask old question, where's the beef? It's true. Several Wendy's locations across the U.S., including here in California, are experiencing a meat shortage due to COVID-19, especially in the beef department. And as a result, a lot of them are yanking their famous burger creations from the menu. Okay, as you see right here is a note. It says, we are terribly sorry for your inconvenience. We are currently experiencing issues with our meat processing supplier and are unable to serve beef products. We are happy to serve chicken and side items, you know. And, you know, I don't know if this note is legit. Okay, I would think that Wendy's would, you know, maybe print something out, you know, if it was up to them, you know, to leave a note on there. But, hey, could be very possibly true, too, due to the circumstances of what's taking place, okay, via the COVID-19. All right. Continue, says, the reason lots of slaughterhouses and meat packing plants are starting to shutter, either because of the layoffs or because the government's shutting them down out of precaution in an attempt to curb spreading even more disease. We know that game too well lately. Now the pigtail redhead can't offer. I'm not even going to go into that. You know, so pretty much it's letting you know that, you know, a lot of these favorite number 7s and number 6s, and, you know, well, a number 6 is a spicy chicken sandwich, so I can say that. But, you know, a number 2, you know, whatever it may be, number you want, you ain't gonna be no longer to get that very soon, you know. And who knows for how long. Let's go into this one real quick. It says this one is from the Hal Turner radio show. It says, urgent. Stores notified of product and food outages lasting until late September. You see? I'll read just a little bit. It says, sparsely filled shelves. Let me see. I think it just jumps. Okay, so it says, if you do not already have food to last your family until August or September, you may very well starve, literally. The lists appear below partially for the general public, but in full for subscribers. There's very little time left to buy food and medicine. Forget toilet paper, right? And they put the toilet paper in there because, remember, you know, about a month ago, a lot of people was hoarding toilet paper, okay? So I want to click here and just to show you the list, okay? So we can get maybe a better visual, okay? So these are different things. Let's just say, go Charmin toilet paper, go Campbell's soup, Clorox bleach, you know, Dawn soap, okay? Now, I want you to see the list, right? Check it out. What does it say? Covet suspended. Covet suspended. So more than likely that means, you know, basically they'll probably stop that product. You know, you won't be able to get or order no more of that product until when? End of June, mid-August, early August, end of July, mid-June. So it's giving you different dates, you know, of these different products and when they will be able to become available. And that's my guess, you know. Here's another one. Okay. You see? Baby products, you see medications, these different items, okay? That's usually on your store shelves that you can just get any time of day. But it won't be like that very soon. See the covet suspended? And now you see the date, you see? Early August, mid-June, and a different date when they will be available, All right. So let's read a little bit more, and I'll end up with that. It says, upon seeing this list, I personally decided to exhaust all my personal credit cards to obtain food and medicines as best I can, which a lot of people are doing. It says, what good is worrying about the debt if you end up starving to death? And I want to be clear, starving to death is now a very real possibility. So this is just, their opinion and mindset of what they're doing from the effects of the different things taking place. All right. But yeah, that's it on that. So I just wanted to show you, for as these are just the different items that are in these different stores that yet won't be able to be found, once they're off the shelves, because a lot of these companies won't be able to order anymore because why? They won't be in stock. You have no one manufacturing these items, and also you have a lot of places that are not having nothing go out or not having nothing come in to have anything to come out to go to the retailer stores. What I'm talking about for is the distribution centers. Okay? Just like a distribution center that I worked out, they have a little bit of stuff coming in, but they don't have enough stuff coming in, to keep a lot of workers for a lot of stuff to go out to these different retailer stores and, things like that, different businesses. Okay? So, just wanted to give y'all an update of what's going on, of more of the impact due to this COVID-19 issue and dealing with the meats and Wendy's and these different storehouses that's you see that's fully packed with things, will shortly won't be. All right, so until next time, I want to say shalom.